All right. We're back at it, full force. O2fresh, what's going on?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes, my brother. I think
we don't need to go over a lot of money introduction.
I'm totally ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for the I'm ready for the wonderful conversation we're gonna have. Let me put it like that.
All right. You set. Okay, so we have O2fresh right here. So I go by Victor, Big Vic. All right, so let's start off the first one, right?
All right.
So Nigerian music, African music, going global. We all know that. You know, it's everywhere. Afro beats, Afro fusion, Afro pop, whatever you want to call it, Afro reggae,
Afro fusion,
exactly, whatever you want to call it. So, Baba, we get plenty Afro
rave,
Rema,
right.
plenty.
Yeah.
So now we have African artists doing global things, doing great things. You know, taking over the world. So, what's your take? Let me ask you this quick question, right? Mm-hmm. Do African artists or Nigerian artists or African artists in general, I'll say African artists, put everybody in one, do African artists need this Western futures in their song before they could go global? That's our topic for today. Like, you know, that's one of our topics that we need to discuss.
Yeah.
So spin off.
Thank you. Actually, before I say one or two things, like I always say to myself, disclaimer to anybody that might be listening to this: this is just my opinion,
right?
And nothing but my opinion. If you can vibe with it, that makes sense. If you don't, it is what it is. So what I'm gonna say is this: it's a two-way.
Okay.
10 years ago, yes, we need them. When I say we need them, I'm saying that in terms of futures.
Okay.
But today, we don't need them, but then if I'm to be right, we need them. So what I think we need them for is more about opening our eyes to things we think we know, but we don't know.
All right.
Because no matter how you want to sing any Afro beats or Afro vision, anyhow you want to call it, and you want to tap into the audience in America, you have to understand their culture. And the only way you can understand their culture is through those musicians. You know, when you come across a musician and they're saying, like, man, nigga, I'm from this place, I'm this, then you vibe, you sing, then the people down here can relate because you're trying to sing with somebody from their own hand. So that's why I said we still need them.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think we do, right? I think we need them. I won't use the word, I really think it's a fusion. Like both, I think they need us and we need them. It's not like we just seeking validation.
Why do you think we need them?
I think we need them.
You're talking about music, right?
Yeah, music. We're just playing Afrobeat music. I think you asked me why you think we need them. I think we need them because we can't go global if we don't tap into. It's like going to another territory, right? Okay.
What do you mean we can't go global? Sheyi Vibe was able to be on the charts in America without speaking English. Sheyi Vibe.
Yes,
now.
Sheyi Vibe. Wait. We talk about global here now.
Yes,
we
now.
Talk about which global. Which Sheyi Vibe
to me?
Now,
okay, I might be wrong. To me,
okay. First of all, wait. Hold on. O2fresh. This is our opinion. This is my opinion.
Yes. No.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Let me pass it back.
So, but my opinion is based on fact. I'm adding fact to it.
Okay.
So, maybe 2 months ago, there was a time Sheyi Vibe was part of American chart, like for real. Now, Sheyi Vibe hasn't listened to. Oh no, hasn't have no future yet with any American artist.
We're talking about like Bill 100. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, now you're going by the fact of saying being on the
Billboard. I said Bill 1. Billboard 100.
I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to agree with the Billboard thing.
Why not?
Yeah, because this is just me. It's good if we join the Billboard, but I think sometimes still thinking we belong to have that validation from them might not be something we need.
Yeah, I don't think. But we're talking about this. The question is about global. Like we know they talk international. We're not talking about just our local Ninja setting or just in one.
So
I'm talking about global music.
Are you basing your global music in America or outside America, Europe, Asia, or you're trying to talk about if it can influence an American?
Like
world?
I'm saying, if you go to China, if you go to Japan,
bro,
you go,
they be jamming to
Shey
Nigeria.
vibes.
Bro,
Where?
Bro,
Hey, I beg.
this nigga make me want
No, I might be wrong. I want to know. Just give me one place.
Hey!
You don't hear Shey vibes for Mexico.
Yeah, look at my bro. See, I'll tell you something. The benefit that we have is this: Nigeria, we're all over the world.
I hear that.
See, the fact that we're all over the world, it gives us the power to be able to influence people in every part of the world.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna give you, if you do it right now, you might be shocked. If you go to TikTok and push a vibe, you'll be shocked of people that are trying to, you know what? There's this white man that always tries to mimic Nigerian music.
Yeah.
He already sang a couple of Shey Vibe songs that is being influenced by Shey Vibe that speak Yoruba. I'm not about,
okay. See,
I'm not,
one person.
Wait.
One person.
I'm not about to make this. This is something I plan of dropping on my Twitter very soon. I said, sorry to make it about this person, but I'm not trying to make it about him because we're talking about how do we need Americans to go global. That's why I said yes, we need them.
I agree with you, and I'll tell you. I'll give you my own opinion.
I just want to add this real quick,
okay,
and then I'll allow you to say this.
Okay.
So I was just reminiscing in my head, and I'm like, damn, may justice be given to Mohbad. But do you know, as long as Nigerian musician has been making music, we've never really have any American hip hop artists that repost our songs. Listen to what I'm saying again. You've never really seen most American reposting our songs, right? But
wait. When the future in the song or just
no future or future?
Come on now.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't see them reposting it. You can see them jamming to Thames, Wizkid. Listen to what I'm saying again.
Right.
Just reposting for the fact that I just want to repost this song, right? But most American musicians have been reposting talking about Mohbad. That's where I'm going. So the fact that they're doing that, they gives people back home some kind of confidence that our music have got to some level in the international world.
I don't think it's because of his music, though. I don't think that has nothing to do with it.
So
it
what
has nothing
happened?
to do with music.
What
It's just the fact that Mohbad, the death and the whole saga going on in Nigeria is just bringing awareness.
Okay, bro.
So they just like, what's going on? It's just the curiosity, like, what's going on? I'm here. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the video doing this. I'm seeing this. So that curiosity is making them saying, not be even the music. They don't even know probably who this guy be because they never heard of his song and they don't care about his song.
I'm glad.
But right. So I'm sticking to the music part, right?
It's still the music. Listen to what I'm saying. If Mohbad didn't say some music to us in Nigeria, we won't do no tribute.
You get a point there.
Now, the tribute makes you somebody that doesn't understand Yoruba language. Like, what the hell are you get? Like, what's this? And like, man, it sings like this. It sings like this. It sings like, man, you for real?
Right.
Now, you know what I'm about to talk about him. That's what I'm saying about the music. But to take out of him now, back to what we're saying.
Right.
I'm just going to add this. And like I said, I want you to say your own view.
Right.
We need them for us to grow in our lyrics. For us to go in our imagination. Burna Boy is enjoying it right now.
Right.
There's a level of how Burna Boy chooses his words that people can relate to it anywhere in the world. There's a lot of Nigerian musicians that have not been able to do it. Whiskey doesn't stress. You know the key word, and he's just gonna chill. That guy doesn't even say too much.
Stress. No stress zone be that one.
Because he understand that word. So it give us where they can rhyme to it. Thames is doing it too. People will be saying, I see a lot of tweets, or people will say, Thames God grace. I'm like, you don't understand how he chooses his word. There's some word you put there. People whoever says about the grace has a lot to do with it. A lot of Nigeria don't fuck with Thames like that too.
No. Yes, now. I mean,
they don't.
Because they'll give you their reason now. And their reason itself, they're valid. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So their reason, they're valid. You can't just say now word. So many artists in Nigeria, and there's a lot of artists that just use that word, but it's still not global. I want us to stick to that question, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get in somewhere, right?
All right.
That global recognition, right? I think it's 50-50. They need it and we need it. We need it more because at this point right now, let's just start off. First of all, we get Grammy, right?
Shout out to Burna Boy.
Shout out to Burna Boy.
Shout out to Angelina Koji.
Okay, Angelina. Okay.
Yeah.
But you see that global, what would they talk again at the same time? I don't think she had any future, but she went global.
Ooh.
Angelina Koji?
No, she's in a category of, I think they always give her in a category of African
something, right?
So that's why, because she sings in a local way,
okay.
and some kind of way they could feel like nobody's trying to come in that area. That's why.
All right.
But I want to say this.
That Grammy, like, kind of like, would you consider Grammy as being part of global recognition? Because there's a reason why I'm asking you that.
I can't disrespect the academy. I don't know better about them, so I'm gonna try not to step that line.
Okay.
What I would say is yes, but if they should allow me off the camera, I could say some other things. But I know right now it's the most biggest academy.
Listen, our podcast, bro.
Yeah, I know, but basically with my knowledge, there's some things you must not disrespect.
Now your opinion.
Yeah, I know, but this is just me being real right now.
Okay.
If they're watching me, this is the real me. Like I'm trying to like tell you like. There's a lot of time, effort that have been put into that academy.
Of course.
So, the more that I've grown in my own world, so I realize there's some things I don't know that I think I know. I don't know nothing about it. So when I'm not giving the audience to see how they rate it, I can't just throw my words at them like, you understand what I'm saying? But we need it. But when you say off the camera, like I said, there's a lot of artists that be saying, don't let people's validation makes you win what you don't need. It's the people you need. If people can vibe with your song, why do you need you have to collect this? Because sometimes when we collect it to disturb us, me, I can brag on you if I have a Grammy. You know, nice said in the songs.
You say you go bring home Grammy.
You know, because Burna Boy grow Grammy, how they look at how people went online start saying like, bros, where your Grammy they come now? You understand what I mean? Like,
so you see, okay. I feel like, okay, you see this Burna Boy Twice as Tall album, right?
Yep.
Got him his first.
That's
your favorite. That's your favorite Burna Boy album?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's actually close. That and African Giant to me, I still a fight which one still. But okay, let's go back to Twice as Tall Grammy. You know who? I think the executive for that album, producer and the executive for that album,
PDD.
And Burna's mom, 2 people drum.
But you must remember, I'm gonna give you a juice.
Okay.
You know, PDD helped them to get a Grammy because there's some criteria you must have in your album before you can be nominated for Grammy. A lot of Nigerians don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That a Western.
Oh yeah,
that's why I put that in there, because the reason why I'm bringing that up is because you see that Western validation, that Western touch, that little spin where they go give us, take us to that edge. That's what did for that album.
And that's why I said, if I'm off camera, I'll say something else.
Exactly.
You get my point now.
I get your point.
There are an academy that have been built that regulates how people aspire to want to have it. Right. Some people just go to the studio to make songs just because they want to get a Grammy. Right. Some people just sing, they don't want to have Grammy.
Even listen, even those ones they still didn't get it. So now, they could follow all the rules. You could follow all the rules and still don't get it.
If I'm to bring our topic in another way, I would say, even we saying, do we need them? I think in the black community right now, in the African community, we are now emerging together more.
Right.
So it's becoming more, we both need ourselves now.
That's my point. I don't even feel like I don't feel like we need them. I think we both need each other.
Yeah.
Now it's now check and balance for me. And you understand? Like
the music
you rub my feet, I rub your feet. Both of us now win-win. Look at Selena Gomez, right?
Then people put
Selena Gomez and Rema. Rub, you can't really, I mean, come on. 1 billion stream? You know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of Rema though. Rema is like
1 billion stream, so she rubbed Rema feet. Rema rubbed her own feet. Despite the fact,
I don't even know. I respect Rema because I don't know how Rema fits into the Western world so well that you don't see him anywhere like, you know, some people, you be in a stage in your life, they will still see the traces like you are not yet there. Rema fits in perfectly. Like that boy will sit down, chill. He doesn't talk too much. He doesn't do anything. Everything is on point. Like dressing, the words.
But you understand, you gotta understand, some things that we don't understand is these boys, when they're small, when they don't envision this thing. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's like when
they're doing better than people older than them too.
Because you know why? They're more exposed. Those days, we know they're exposed like that though. You understand? During those Daddy Shoki time and all those, Baba Frayu, all those, you understand what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them. I'm not saying anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them. But I'm saying, think about it.
You are throwing shades. Me, I'm not following you there.
No, I'm not throwing shades.
I'm now throwing you out there too. I'm trying to throw you out there for that.
Baba, I just keep on real. You understand? There's a lot of
I know, bro.
There's a lot of exposure since then.
That's true.
Our music has every artist, like P Square, Timai, every artist, the bands and P, they've put everybody just they put that little touch for where Rema. So Rema has learned from all these people.
That's true.
You understand? He didn't sit back and say, you know what? He learned like, okay, see this ones. This is where they made their mistake. I'm not gonna make my mistake in this area.
Fact.
This is how they took their music. I'm gonna take my own music this way.
Fact.
This is how they move. I'm gonna move this way. Fact. I'm gonna adapt to this environment like this to get him to that stage, to get him to that platform. You understand? So he don't pick everybody. He pick Bonner on. He pick this guy on. He even pick back them. Do you know how many times Maven, Don Jazzy probably sit him down and say, bro, this is the mistake we made during that time. Bro, don't go through that path. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we should have done. Had it been we did this with Kanye West and when the band signed, had it been we did this part, we could have been this part. You know what I'm saying? So that information is not just being in the Maven. Now that you see the things that Don Jazzy has been through in his whole music career, those knowledge, those experiences, they pass them on to these boys. You know what I'm saying? And Rema took. It has a lot to do with it. Because, okay, let's go back to Bonner. I'm saying this because
you like Bonner too much.
I like that guy. I'm my number one now. Okay, look at Bonner's mom, right? Still on that Fela and said blah blah blah. The father manages Fela now, kind of connection to Fela, whatever. She's been in the industry. She's seen a lot of things back and forth. You understand? So those knowledge which they pass them on to the Pekin, passing on to Bonner like, look, let's move this way. Let's go this direction. You understand? From her own knowledge, from experiences where she don't gather. So those things plays a role. It plays a role for that individual to just, and grace, of course. I think,
I don't know too much about background of Burna Boy, but I knew there was a time they were living in the UK.
Right.
And I think that kind of influenced them too, how they're moving.
Right.
I'm not disrespecting anybody, but I feel like they are using what they get from Fela, their dad, their grandparent, better than Fela's children.
Right.
I mean, internationally.
Right. So
because being in abroad helped Burna Boy's mom how to manage him well, package him to the international world, which I think Fela's children are not being able to use that part to them. They are brand on their own that we can't take away. But
I don't think they need that path. I think they just in
their own way.
Then they're comfortable where they.
That's true though.
They don't need no validation from anybody. They feel like, see, you want validation, come my own house, where I did.
That's true.
You understand? You want me to be global, come to my house, come to where I am in these streets. Then we talk about being global. I don't need to come to you. I mean, that's my opinion. That's how I feel. So that's a whole different angle you could look at it. But do I have to leave Nigeria?
We're still live on CTDAmongblacks, and if you're watching us, you could check us on www.ctdamongblacks. On YouTube, you could check us on CTDAmongblacks. The same thing on Instagram. And like we always say, if you want to be on this show, or you have an idea, or you have a story you want us to put out for you, or you would like to have an interview, you can reach out to us on CTDAmongblacks@gmail.com. And I still remain O2fresh. And this is Victor. So let's go back to our discussion.
Right. Also, don't forget to subscribe, please.
Subscribe.
Subscription button. We need to run that numbers, please.
Thank you.
Forget to all right. So yeah, I think we both on the same page on this topic. Like,
I think if any. So this is what I would say. For anybody that might be having this conversation, please let it be more of like we're growing.
Absolutely.
Like we it's becoming 10 years ago when you talk about anybody in Africa, a lot of Americans have their intuition about us, but today it's different.
Right. People
are willing to go home. I've had a lot of American friends that go to Ghana, I go to Nigeria just to go have fun.
Right.
And I've met this guy from Florida. He's an American. He has cut my hair, and he goes to Ghana to establish barbing school for people back home. I was impressed. Like, dang. It was like, yeah, I just felt like Ghana is my home, and I go down there to do things. So that's why I said it's more about social media has helped us to grow. And it is not about who needs somebody anymore. It's about what we can write in history. This is our time to rewrite for our next generation not to have the story we're being told. We're being told not to get close to Western world. And we're being told, at least they make a movie of Wakanda to let us realize that that's the way we look at ourselves, even though we're blacks. And like you said, Burna Boy mom said, like, before you become anything, remember you're African.
African first.
So that's a big
African
word.
First,
so
yeah.
Being an African first is something you have to, which I think a lot of American artists that willingly want to relate with an African artist. I'm not even going to say Nigerian. We might be the key one right now, but I think they're trying to go beyond that. You know, a lot of American musicians are traveling to Africa for the sake of just want to go to Africa and to see how things are over there. And Nigerian too, I can only say for sure for Nigerians, you know, there was a time there's a rift in Nigeria. Then when 50 Cent came to Nigeria and you know they were trying to rubbish Idris Abdulkarim, and Idris Abdulkarim had to stand his ground, like, you're not about to do this in my country. And there's a way a lot of us were looking at it back then. Some people were supporting Idris, some people were saying Idris was doing too much. He doesn't have to do it. But today now, I don't think that kind of thing will really bring up like how it is back then. A lot of Americans are trying to, and we too, we are changing from how we think they oppress us.
Right.
It's becoming more like we like you said.
Not even just, you know, I think also sometimes some artists feel like these people they're here to exploit too. You know, but I feel like it's win-win situation. You know, you rub my shoulder, I rub your shoulder, you rub my back, I rub your back. I think we need to start, even this, you know, you're watching right now, some of our favorite artists, you know, don't feel like, you know, I don't need this artist to come feature on this song for this song to, I mean, if to blow or to become global or to, I could do it on my own. That, I mean, bro, I'm not saying you cannot, but just remember I say, you know, it's a win-win for look at us like one. You know, let's just put it in our head like we are one. You know, because if I feel like I'm one with you, I want to see you grow. You want to see me grow. You understand? And we shouldn't force the synergy. If it's not there, it's not there.
It's not.
You understand? Sometimes some artists, I've listened to a lot of Nigerian artists feature American artists or whatever. It could be a South American artists or whatever. It doesn't even have to be African American artists. Or it could be hip hop. It could be reggae, whatever. And the synergy is not there. But they're looking for that global recognition. I think the first thing first. That's another thing. Like as an artist, talking to an artist, just put it in your mind. Like, listen, if I go to the studio and I know we're not vibing, and this music is not even what I think is gonna, you know, it's not what I think it's gonna be like. It's not what I expected. Don't force it. Don't put it out there and don't, you know, because you still feel like you need to stand. Your music is that's who you are. You understand? That's your true authenticity. That's your true language. That's your true identity. You don't want somebody else to come there and snatch it away or twist it or spin it off, and then it comes out looking like, oh man, this is how you sounded.
I'm gonna tell you like this. People might come for me.
Right.
When they say in terms of listening to,
let them come for you. By the way, you'll be all right.
When it comes to listening to African rap, like when I say rap, I'm talking about the level of Western world. Like how they rap here in America.
Right.
And if you ask me where am I going to pick, it's Nasty C. For me.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening.
And the reason why I said, I'm talking about the influencing part now.
Right.
You know, there was a time Nigerians look up to South Africans.
Oh, yeah.
We feel like they're better than us in terms of everything.
Now, at one point, yeah.
It doesn't even look like that anymore. Like, they feel like we're doing too much now. But, so I read Nasty C to the level of all rappers in Nigeria.
There was a time he was that, though. I think now, in all rappers, in my book, in my opinion, he's top 3.
Yes, let's say like that. Yeah, you're right.
And he's still top 3 in my book, even currently. And I'm talking about this work. I remember maybe 4 years ago, he was at least number 1 for me. And at that point, am I with him? But I got to give it to him at one point. At one point, he was just nasty. That name, Nasty.
Do you know? So I'm going back about saying how Western what we needed.
Okay.
There was a song Nasty C did with T.I.
Okay.
Ooh, bro. It's like I'm listening to the same level of people having the same vibe. They are not rapping on the basis of I'm still Africa, I'm still American. They are both sharing their story where you like, damn, these people are really on the same level.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to put it out there like we need ourselves. I think we are imagining more to become strong allied to ourselves. You understand? Like that particular track that I listened to, Nasty CTI, what they are both saying was something happened in different world, but we are both experiencing the same thing. But some rapper in Nigeria still want to come to rap with an American with intention like my lyrics got to sound like they know like I'm still better than you. I'm not saying people have done it too. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And sometimes it's like when they feature an American, they are trying to oppress people back home. Like, yes, I've seen with this person. Now, what are you gonna say?
So that's I mean,
so instead of us feeling like, man, if you could do it, I'm gonna do the next one. You know what?
Right.
I'm gonna sing my song till look at Adekunle Gold with Friday.
Right.
Look at Shaka with Friday.
That track was fire.
You understand? So Adekunle Gold was able to blend, which I fucking love the song because he was able to tell a story in a way where an American can listen to it and still relate. And
guess what? In that track, he was true to himself.
Thank you.
That's what a lot of people. He was true to. He was true to himself.
Shout out to Adekunle Gold team, though. I don't know how they are doing.
I don't know how those that team is doing.
Right part. And if you notice now, Adekunle Gold doesn't even be trending in Nigeria like that. It's always in America. It's like you see him with them, Will Smith, with all these people signing deal with Adidas. The same Adekunle Gold. That people are thinking even that boy is signing on
Man U right now. He's like
he's doing his own things internationally. Right. He's not even waiting for what is this phone he's using Nigeria to come and sign him on Glow. Adekunle Gold doesn't even battle with them anymore. He's on it. So that's why I said we are growing into ourselves where if any artist in Nigeria can think, I'm gonna use this as a reference. Think like how Adekunle Gold is thinking. I don't know whose Adekunle Gold team is, but they're really pushing him internationally.
He has a good team.
You understand? Like they're pushing him internationally, where he's still doing fine back home, and it's being recognized more now internationally without having this big, gigantic, controversial issue before he makes his song.
He does, yeah.
No, Adekunle Gold doesn't really have too much of controversial issue like, man, no. And every time they call him out, I like that guy. We'll go back to the studio, reply with a song. It's not about to come on.
Yeah. He just goes to the. I mean, that's his voice. You know, that's one artist. Like sometimes you don't even have to like. You never see him tweet or do all this, talk all this extra stuff. He doesn't do that. Everything he says is in the studio. Go listen to his songs.
Yep. And for you that are really, really fans of Adekunle Gold, if you listen to his song, you will know everything they talk about him. He always reply you. He reply you, but his reply is now more become where. And one thing I will say is this: I'm privileged to be in America, and when I see how Americans listen to our song, I'm impressed.
Listen, bro.
Both white and black people,
even Spanish.
They come to you like, I was in Alabama, and a white person come to me like, "Oh, are you Nigerian?" I'm like, he was like, "Do you listen to Omale?" I'm like, he couldn't say Omale right, but I'm like. It's like, wait, let me play it for you. I'm like, how do you?
Which song?
Man, you remember? I jam to these. I'm like,
which song? You remember this song?
It was this. There's this song that I was singing about saying my girl would be with me or something like that.
Not even so.
There's this song was singing. There's this particular song. I'm trying to bring it back in my head.
Okay.
It's more about saying. I smoke cigar. There's this song. My girl still with me. I smoke cigar. I do this. I can't remember the actual, but it was a white man playing that song to me, and I was like, "Do you understand?" The guy was like, "Yes." I'm like, because I was expecting Davido, Wizkid.
Right.
So hearing Omale, somebody's a white man in Alabama of all places. I'm like, okay.
Shout out to the people.
Man, shout out to. I have a lot of people there in Alabama, right? I'm like, whoa, this is. And I went to their club. It wasn't like they're playing Nigerian music, but for me to come across just a white man that I really listened to, like he was genuinely telling me, like, I listen to Nigerian music a lot. And I was still in Colorado, and they gave me to like, I was in a meeting with my colleagues, and they were telling me like, play some music. So I was playing hip hop, Lil Baby, and after they were like, man, play some Afro beat. I'm like, okay, which one y'all be listening to? They're like, Thames. I'm like, y'all listen to like, man, this one like my daughter listen to it at home. I'm like, okay. Everybody, and I said, just take the phone, bro. They play from Thames to what's his name, Tiwa Savage. They went to Wizkid.
We
they
have
played
even
Burna Boy,
even
and I was
now,
shocked.
some
These
of-
are American people.
This is
and they were jamming. Everybody was dancing. I was
No,
just
make I-
impressed. I
make
mean,
I
I was
shock-
proud of
make
in
I shock-
Nigeria.
nah,
I'm
make
not
I
going
shock
to
you.
lie.
Make I shock you. Even in the when they're doing operation, right in the OR operation room, the surgeons they play Afro beats. Why then they do?
Are you for real?
I have yes now.
I don't
Then
know,
they play
man.
Afro beats as
To every musician from
songs out there.
Africa, I'm not saying Nigeria.
Omo.
If you're from Africa and your music has been able to influence people in America or in the world, shout out to you because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not
We've come
easy.
along. We've come a long way, and thank God. Like
Yeah, it's
we
not
just
easy, man.
and we're still growing.
And do you know one thing?
I don't want us to. I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't want us to like slow down or just say, okay, I don't want any artist that is doing this right now, listening to this podcast, or just feel like I've arrived, or like that. We shouldn't. Moku no stop. Just keep grinding, keep going, because I feel like there's still more for us to attain. You could go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah. No. The only thing I just want to add to it is I always say it to people, a lot of my friends, I'm like, it's a privilege I'm in this country. And for the fact that it's a privilege, experiencing it myself is something I should tell people back home.
Right.
Like, there's a name being tagged to Nigerians a lot. But with Afrobeat, we've been taking that out of the picture with people. People don't even come to you and ask you that kind of the references, which I'm not going to try to put out there. But now we're becoming more when anybody meets you, it's more about, do you listen to this song? You know, I listen to a Nigerian song. So we're changing the narrative from how we're being known to a better things, which is something I'm proud about. And for anybody that might be watching this back home from Nigeria, where you might be like, Afrobeat is changing the mindset of people in a good way. In a like positive, in a very positive way. Like people want to relate themselves to Nigerians. Absolutely. People see a Nigerian, they want to tell like, you know, I eat your food. There was a time
to even say you're Nigerian or African is like a taboo.
It's like no,
like abominate, like don't even.
You've been here for a very long time anyway. So once you say Nigeria, they just add Prince to it. Nigerian Prince. That's the only command. That word Prince just change the narrative a little bit. The first thing will come. Coming to America. Oh, okay, yeah. I saw that movie. Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Yeah. That's you. That's your dog. Like nah. But so now our music, man. Like we don't even have to talk. Our music just they do the whole preach. Do you know if I'm with all my American friends, Black Americans, I always want to listen to American music a lot. They would tell me like,
no, take it back.
Can you change that? I'm like, what do you mean? They were like, nah, they would tell me like, are you trying to impress me with this music? I'm like, no, I listen to all these Americans like, nah, change it to Afrobeat. You don't listen to all this Afro, all this. I'm like, there's this new song, King Promise. This new song that they were doing all this dance. Terminator. Ooh, every woman I met want that song. Like, do you know this song that they do something like? I'm like, what the hell are you saying? Like, yeah, that song. And seeing to know that about us makes me happy as an African, and as an African in general, because it gives me reason to feel connected with people. Because when people tell you how our music influence them in a good way, even though sometimes they don't understand the lyrics, the fact that they can just say 2-3 lines, it makes them happy to want to tell you when they meet you, like, I listen to Nigerian music, and you see the genuine love, not because they're trying to take anything from you or trying to even want to talk to you and impress you. They really fuck with the music. It's not like they're not just saying it. That's what I'm saying. They're not saying it just because they want to hype you or gas you up or even start a conversation. No. If you go to their car, listen to the words, that's what they play. I'm telling you, like, no, they don't go to their houses. That's what they listen to. They don't do it because they feel like they need something from you. They just want like, I listen to your song. You're gonna bring me some spicy food. You're gonna do this. I won't lie though. Yeah. As an Igbo guy, right? As an Igbo man and an Igbo, don't go to where you want to go. I'm not going there. That one is for another day. That's another day. I'm not going there. Okay, now. For you watching, we're going to bring an episode where it's going to be Yoruba and Igbo when it comes to music industry in Nigeria. So we'll have that in your mind. We're bringing that back. I'm not going there. That's for another day. Just stay tuned and keep subscribing. Give me the juice you want. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. As an Igbo guy, right? I haven't been in America for so long. I have never experience that wave of a typical Yoruba artist that African American fuck with from the top to the bottom like Ashake. My brother, that's grace now. You can't take that away from anybody.
I have never seen anything like that.
Joe, all
I have seen even, bro.
230.
They don't even know what they're talking about. That's the whole thing. They don't even know they have no
They'll be telling
clue.
nigga play that, that music, that boy.
Ashike.
And they like the dread too.
I think
has
the
this
whole package.
You
see, it's not just
gold
if you have an
teeth,
right,
everything match and right time.
The way he carries himself,
big
pants, the way he carries himself.
Now. And shout out to Olamide. I don't know whatever deal they have with Empire, how they make that deal happen, but it was a right call for him to partner with Empire.
No,
because I think partnering with Empire helped their brand more to become an international level. And Ashake took all. I would say Fireboy was enjoying it, but
no, Fireboy at one point, actually, I think in my opinion, just felt like, oh man,
I've made it.
I think I'm there. And then when he saw Ashake, he's like, damn, I'm not even there. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying he's not gonna get there, but and just look at the way Ashake just came.
The way Ashake was a money making machine, man.
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
And I think COVID helped Ashake too.
There's a lot, bro. It's not one thing. It's not one thing that helped him. It's not one thing.
Yeah, that's true.
He's been not only hustling, that
singing,
he's been doing this performing in the performing art and all that stuff. All that creativity. He put it in music and his performance. There's a lot of things we don't even know. You understand what I'm saying? So
I think they allowed them to grow in their own way.
Just do your thing.
Yeah, there was a time, I remember when Davido was yelling out on one record label, which I'm not going to mention, like they're not allowing him to really explore like he wants.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that EP.
Yeah.
A lot of people sleep on that EP, but there's a song I love in there with Simi on that EP.
That's one of the time I feel like Davido was being tested mentally too.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot happened within that month.
I remember that EP. Yeah,
and so for him to drop, so Ashake case. I think they gave them the chance to even shoot the video like they want. So this music video director, Timur, I forgot his name.
TG Mori?
Yeah. TG Mori was able to bring Africa into Ashake's song. So there's a way they package that thing.
Both of them have their synergy. It's like if TG Mori was an artist that sings, I think that's exactly how he's going to be performing. So basically he was able to play. He was
understand the vision
himself. Exactly. It was easy for him.
You remember that video when it was
easy for him.
Man, that beginning shit fuck me. I'm like, damn, this is everything you need. But anyway, we've been here for a while. Yeah. So we're about to wrap up everything.
All right.
We hope we've been able to share your mind